What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Artificial Brain, entitled Infrared Horizon. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Long Island, New York, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very technical, brash, science fiction themed style of death metal. Yeah. In 2014, this band gave the subgenre of technical death metal the swift kick in the balls that I feel it desperately needed with an album like Labyrinth Constellation. Everything about that album was sensational, from the Paolo Girardi artwork to the ultra-guttural, Demilich-esque style of vocals, to the really dissonant technical sort of guitar riffs, to just insanely fast drumming. That album really got people talking. I mean, this band had been brewing things up for quite a while, but once they came out with Labyrinth Constellation, it really set the bar high for what a subgenre like technical death metal was all about. I believe this is a band that really can and does transcend the genre and the style with their kind of music. It's just really amazing stuff to listen to. But it's been a couple of years since that album had come out, and of course this band had been long consistent in doing live shows and writing music and getting stuff planned out. But now here we are with the second full-length from Artificial Brain, entitled Infrared Horizon. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 47 minutes in length, and pretty much this album picks up where Labyrinth Constellation left off. Pretty much a similar sort of vibe, a similar sort of essence, and a similar sort of feeling once you put this album on, once you hear the opening riffs of Floating in Delirium. But once you give this album some full-on listens, you'll come to appreciate why Artificial Brain are such a very valuable and important band in death metal right now. I honestly think that this is an album that exceeds and blows away any expectations for me, and for anybody who's into death metal or sci-fi influenced death metal. Artificial Brain are really going to be making many more big waves to come in the future. Musically, this is a tour de force, and this goes to show you how amazingly gifted and talented these musicians are. I mean, listening to songs like Synthesized Instinct, the title track, Mist Like Mercury, you can tell what type of a vibe this band goes for with their style of death metal. The guitar riffs are just very technical, they're in your face, it's brash, the chord progressions, the dissonant sounds, it just really feels and sounds amazing to listen to. And here on Infrared Horizon, it just shows you the kind of class and skill a band like this brings this time around. It's just wonderful stuff to listen to. The bass work on here, like the guitars themselves here on this album, is very technical, very clean and audible in this album's mix. It definitely works out very well here and blends in perfectly with the madness and chaos that are brought forward by the guitars on this album. The drumming on here never lets up. It never has a dull moment. It is just a consistent blast and fill fest. It just really, I believe this is the kind of band that does that kind of drumming style justice for an album like Infrared Horizon. The drumming is just consistently in your face, a lot of blast beats, a lot of fills, a lot of great double bass. It just really feels intense, and I love this drummer's relentlessness and just his ability to stay calm and stay focused, especially on some of the lengthier tracks on this album, like going back to songs like Mist Like Memory and Vacant Explorer. Just some really amazing drum work on those songs. And when it comes to the vocals, one of my favorite things about the first album is the fact that this guy has a vocal style that's just very crazy and all over the place. Wretched screams to super low guttural vocal styles. That's where I mentioned that Demilich sort of influence with the guttural vocals. And here on Infrared Horizon, you get a little bit more of that same sort of vocal variation. I don't really think that this guy needed to change up or add anything else. This is the definitive vocal style for him to do with an album like Infrared Horizon. And hearing his vocals just go from batshit insane screams to really crazy guttural lows. Just feels wonderful. I love this vocal style. I love the song concepts. I love the lyrics. This definitely feels like a sci-fi thriller in certain instances. In some parts of this album, it's just really wonderful to just be engrossed by the storytelling aspect of this album. And since I mentioned vocals, I think there's a bunch of vocal guest appearances on this album. The one that really sticks to mind for me would be Trevor Strnad from the Black Dahlia Murder. He does some vocal work on the title track of this record. It's easy to distinguish who's who on that song, but he does a really wonderful job. But as far as the actual vocals are concerned, Will's vocals are phenomenal here. He is a really amazing death metal vocalist. So overall, I honestly think this is just as an enjoyable album as Labyrinth Constellation was. I think this could be a tiny bit better, but who knows? This is definitely something worth repeated listens to. If you were a fan of the first Artificial Brain record, you're going to find something wonderful to enjoy with Infrared Horizon. Amazing songwriting and lyric writing, great vocals, deadly riffs after deadly riffs, insane blasting after insane blasting. This is just a nuts record to listen to. Definitely strap yourself in for this one. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Floating in Delirium, Synthesized Instinct, the title track, Mist Like Mercury, and Graveyard of Lightless Planets. Just some really awesome songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Profound Lore Records Bandcamp page where you can stream this album, listen to it, be your own judge, whether you think it's worthy being purchased or not. Stream it, buy it digitally. It's available as a CD, and it's also available as a 12-inch vinyl. There are multiple color variations. This vinyl version pretty much is nearly sold out. I don't know if there's still copies available. If there are, I'll link it in the description. Of course, you have the album cover artwork here. It's a different sort of artwork here, but it's really, really beautiful to look at. There you have the back here with the track listing. Comes with a digital download if you buy the vinyl version. Printed inner sleeve with lyrics and credits and all that stuff. And the vinyl version I got is on a very cool crystal clear sort of vinyl, see-through. Sound quality is good as per usual with Profound Lore Records releases. But yeah, definitely a worthy investment. And if you're into technical death metal, Artificial Brain is a band leading the cause for greatness. So again, the album is Infrared Horizon by Artificial Brain. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Go buy this. And for a score, I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. Very, very awesome technical death metal, and this is a band that will be leading the way for many years to come with this kind of style of death metal. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you think it compares to the previous full length. Or any of you guys into Artificial Brain, let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hope out.